Yo, it's good to be live again. Welcome back, everybody. Yes, sir. We got a special guest with us in the night, man. I know y'all recognize that face. Well, maybe not. Not with the mustache this time around. Yeah, but this is another wonderful episode. Special occasion, of course. So we just hit 1,000 followers on Instagram. So shout out to everybody that came through, hit the follow button, showed us some love and major support. We got a great show in celebration of that tonight. We'll be talking about Godzilla Kong, Invincible season two, maybe a little bit of Ghostbusters here and there, the latest episode of X-Men '97, and whatever else that comes to mind. So we won't hold y'all up for too long, but man, I'm really excited for this. Back with my guys Cameron and Blake once again. Uh, Glad to see you again, and glad to be nerdy on live. So without further ado, I'm going to play the theme song. So you guys enjoy the tunes.
Is the best thing what? Exactly.
Let's go. We are live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Saturday Night Nerds live streaming podcast, season 4 bonus episode. And this is the 1,000 celebration for all of our followers that came through and hit that button for us on Instagram. We got a special guest in the house tonight. It's my boy, Blocky Hickman. And of course, Cameron is in the building tonight. He's enjoying some WrestleMania, like we all should be. We're all kind of slacking, but it's all good. We'll catch up with it.
Exactly. So if you're not watching this, we know what you're watching.
Yeah, I heard it's like the women's match right now too. So I know y'all probably watching for research purposes. So.
For sure.
That's always a pleasure to be a guest on here. So excited to talk about everything we got going on.
Yeah, man, we've been going on a movie streak lately too. So it's just
drop after drop.
Yeah, and we're going to the movies right after this. So it's
right.
Like,
hey, I'm here for it though. Like they can keep rolling these out like this, and I have zero complaints. So
man, there's nothing but hits for like the past 2 or 3 months in a row.
Yeah, and I hope it doesn't slow down. I just know July can't get here quick enough for Deadpool. So,
please. Shout out to Jessica Christian. What up, girl? Thank you for stopping by and celebrating with us. Our first topic will probably have to be Godzilla Kong because I'll wait for a couple more people to tap in and hop in the comment section. But man, I'm so excited to talk about what we just saw in that theater. So.
Yeah. I'm curious to see like if they're going if they're going to continue this storyline or if this is going to be kind of where they end it. But I'm sure it probably all depends on how much money this brings in at the end of the day and whether they're going to take another step forward. But I feel like they can keep going with this for a while if they wanted to.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. They have like a whole bunch of lore that goes into Godzilla and a whole bunch of monsters that they haven't even used yet. And I am really geeked to see like the whole rogues gallery for Godzilla to get unleashed in live action. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep. Shout out to my boy Edmund Forrest. Thank you for tuning in, brother. We are definitely excited for Deadpool and Wolverine.
For sure.
I hope the next trailer should be.
Here
I want to say next month. Next month should be like the next trailer dropping before the big deal.
No, but don't forget next week we're getting a trailer for Joker.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, we've been hearing things about that for a while too, and set photo leaks and everything. Like, we're way overdue for a trailer for that.
For sure.
And
Yeah.
I'm super curious though, once Deadpool does finally get here, to find out what was rumor and what was real. Because my God, there's so many things on the table right now, and literally, if only 10% of them come true, it's still going to be an epic movie.
Oh, for
Satisfied.
sure.
One of the hardest trilogies in all of Marvel films. Maybe the hardest trilogy in all of Marvel.
Yeah,
films.
yeah,
Definitely the craziest.
Yeah.
And hey, nobody can do it better probably than Ryan Reynolds, anyways. And this guy, if I'm not mistaken, now that he's in the MCU, has set a record in the MCU to be screenwriter, is it producer and actor, I think, or something like that, of this film. And nobody in the MCU has done all three. We've had people do two, but we never had to do people three. So
Ryan's a beast, man.
Yeah.
Put some respect on him, man. Golly, man. I see why Blake married him. Now I want to marry him. Jesus. He's such a catch.
You two can fight over Ryan. I'll have Blake Lively. So yeah.
I'm glad you threw in the last name there.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Which Blake are we talking about here?
Oh man. Edmund said another Joker. Yeah, it's a sequel to Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. So that's the Joker. I can't think of the name of it. What do they call it? Something Folly.
Fool do, I believe.
Yeah, something like
French.
that. But Lady Gaga is going to be playing Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
So.
And it's a musical, guys. Brace yourself.
Well, supposedly we don't really know anything. So
yeah. I really don't see them going a full musical route, considering the first one wasn't. So I'm going to say, and I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to be a musical. And there may be more music scenes in it, maybe. And obviously with Lady Gaga in there, we hope so. But I don't think it should become a full blown musical, and I hope it isn't. So I just feel like that would be it wouldn't be as well tied into the first one, since it was not a musical at all.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, you should stay consistent with it. Like all the rumors about there's going to be singing and dancing and whatnot. Maybe I have time for that if they do it well, and maybe have like Lin-Manuel, the guy who did Hamilton, and or something like that behind the movie. But anything else?
Yeah, I mean, we can get a Harley Quinn and Joker scene where they're dancing. I mean, that's a pretty common thing you see in the comics, the cartoons, and the movies. The first Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, we get that little dance, scene with him coming down the stairs, and that's fine. Well, let's leave it at that. Let's just kind of not go no further than that. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, shout out to Billy Rhodes. Thank you for tuning in, brother. We are just
Billy.
Under the way with this 1K celebration. We got 1,000 followers on Instagram, and God, it took forever for that to happen. But now we're here partying our ass off because of it. Thank you. Thank you all of you guys.
1,000 followers on IG. That's a great milestone to be celebrating.
Yes,
for sure.
Let's see, he says that Gary Glitter song part could have been considered a musical, maybe.
Gary Glitter. I have no idea what this guy's talking about.
Let's see. Was it what that the stairs part, or no? Am I wrong? Let me see.
There was like 2 scenes where he was like singing to himself and dancing. I think the stairs might be the Gary Glitter thing he's referring to.
Yeah, it is. It's a stairs scene that I was talking about.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since I've seen the movie, so yeah.
Yep.
I love the movie.
Really I do, and like I really liked it being a standalone. That the route they went at being standalone, not tied into anything. But I'll be honest with you, man. You could have labeled this movie anything else besides Joker, and it still would have been a great movie of something that could be very realistic and happen in real life. Just the way they delivered the story and touched on mental struggles and different abuse and just all kinds of stuff they touched in. There's real life stuff that happens that people struggle with, and it was just done so well. It was a great movie. Like I said, it could be that movie could have been called something else, and a guy didn't paint his face up, and it'd been the exact same storyline, screenwriting, and it's still been great.
Yeah, I really wish Joaquin's Joker would have been like Matt Reeves' Joker. Like, I'm not the biggest like a Barry Keoghan Joker fan, but Barry Keoghan in general, I can kind of count on him for that.
Yeah,
we've
well,
only seen
I
like one scene. We can't judge him on that. Just
no, but we can now after watching Saltburn. Now, if you've not watched Saltburn, go watch Saltburn, and you'll thank me and hate me at the same time. But after you watch Saltburn, straight up, you'll be like, all right, Barry Keoghan can do Joker all day long.
Yeah, it's murder
Like
on the
that.
dance floor.
Yeah, literally. Barry Keoghan brought that song back, probably. I think so.
Yeah, he was walking around the house with nothing but summer sauces swinging.
Oh God,
That is definitely Joker
have you seen it,
energy.
Cameron?
I have not. I've heard it's really good and also really messed up.
It's really twisted. It's really messed up, but it is really good. But if you watch, like, it's worth it. Watch it just for Barry Keoghan's role, and just for the simple fact to give you the reassurance that he could do a damn good Joker if he wanted to.
I'll definitely have to put that on the list. I got plenty of homework to do.
Yeah, the way he looks now in like the Matt Reeves Batman with Robert Pattinson, he looks like Two-Face a little bit. He looks more like Two-Face than he does Joker.
His face is pretty butchered up. It's way more than just the regular scars around the mouth.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, he can pull off Two-Face too if he wanted to.
I mean, really, if you look at his hair on his head and the patches, it looks like he's got mange or something. Like,
Whew.
Real quick, I heard a rumor that they might be having Boyce Holbrook, I believe. I think that's the
yes,
same.
it's like Two-Face.
Yeah.
Yes, supposedly that's everything but confirmed that he is going to be playing Two-Face.
I actually liked him
Yep.
as a Two-Face. He could be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
We
And if I'm
see
not
that
mistaken,
performance.
that's in it's going to be in James Gunn's Batman: Bold and Brave, right?
No, as far as I know, Matt Reeves' Batman is not part of Guns. Like,
No. I know Matt Reeves isn't, but what in the Bold and the Brave, Hoybrook rumored to be in the Brave and the Bold Batman, which is going to be Gunn's Batman as Two-Face, or no?
I heard it was going to be part of the Batman too, like
Okay.
Matt Reeves' Batman.
Okay.
Oh, I'm here for either way because he was one of my favorite characters in Sandman. So
Yeah. What was his name again? I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Boyce Holbrook.
Yeah, that's right, Boyd.
Yeah, I remember he was just in the last Indiana Jones, I believe,
Wait,
and
he was also the bad guy in Logan.
yeah,
Yeah,
the head
was.
crony in
Mhm.
Logan.
he plays such a great villain. He's been on a roll.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm gonna Google him too because I want to see this dude's rap.
Yeah, you're right. It's in Matt Reeves.
He played. Oh wow! I didn't know he was in the Predator movie. He's in Narcos. Of course, Sandman.
Like the new Predator they did a couple of years ago.
The 2018
Yeah,
one.
2018 one.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because there's a. Oh no! Are you referring to Prey or the Predator?
the Predator.
Okay, yeah, the one in 2018, that Predator series.
Yeah, he's also in Gone Girl.
He shot in Kate.
Yep. Let's see.
He's got wow, this dude's I didn't know he was doing all this work.
Yeah, he's in the new Justified City Primeval.
Yeah, I did remember hearing about that. Yeah.
Yep.
What? This dude is a beast.
Yeah, I thought he nailed. I thought he did a really good job in Logan, man. I loved his character in Logan.
So one of the best movies ever seen.
100%. That's the best X-Men movie to date. I feel like from Fox. So.
Yeah, for real.
And with Days of Future Past being the second.
Honestly, I feel the same because I love Days of Future Past, but Logan just set the bar.
Yeah, Logan is like cream of the crop for me. We can call that an X-Men movie, right? It is Wolverine,
It's an
right?
X-Men, it's a Wolverine movie.
Oh,
it's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like, with Xavier in there, other mutants and stuff like that, it's part of the X-Men franchise, at least.
Oh, for sure, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, because we saw Charles in the car, so
Right.
Why not?
Which supposedly Daphne Keene's supposed to be coming back as X-23 in Deadpool as well, man.
I really hope that's true because she did an awesome job in Logan, and it's been a couple of years. She's grown, she's matured, and
it's been.
If anything, she'd probably be a kick-ass X-23.
I mean, been what 7 years since Logan came out, I think.
Yes, 2017.
Yeah, and she's like super great actress for such a young person. So there's like no telling where she can be now. Which she is in. She's a Jedi in the new Acolyte, Star
That's
Wars
right.
Acolyte.
She's gonna be in the Acolyte.
Yep.
Oh, she is the Acolyte.
No. She's a Jedi in the Acolyte.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the species she's playing, but I think they're kind of like really, really white and like they don't look human. But you can tell in her face that it's her. So
I also heard that she was in a show based on a book series with James McAvoy.
probably. I know that there's something the other day. Let's see that we watched or was talking about watching that she was in. Let me see real quick. Yeah, oh, she's in His Dark Materials.
That's what I was thinking of. His Dark Materials.
Yep.
I have not heard of this series.
From everything I've heard, it's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, that's got James McAvoy in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He and her are the only ones I know that are actually in the show. I'm sure there are more, but still.
Yeah, I think there's like 3 seasons, 2019 through 2022. There's like 3 or 4 seasons. But yeah, it's got a pretty stacked cast. It's got Daphne Keane, Ruth Wilson, James McAvoy. Let's see who else in here. That's the ones I really know. But yeah.
Nice.
Oh. Yeah, a real quick shout out to Willie McCoy, aka Mac, aka your boy. Thank you for the love. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to everybody over at That Feeling Podcast Network. I know Kelvin's got his hands full with WrestleMania as well. Shout out to him and the Queens of Nerdom. You guys will be seeing us again this Monday. We have Halls of Queens that we'll probably talk about at the end of the show. You guys want to tune in Monday night for that. Me and Danny Stewart will be guest starring on the Queens of Nerdom for that collaboration episode. So it should be a pretty fun time. We definitely got to get more collaborations done and have more guests on the original shows as well. So
yeah, Billy said new Fallout show drops on Amazon Prime in 5 days.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. I'm ready to see that.
The 12th. I knew it was coming this month, but I forgot how soon.
Dang, man.
I am not. Granted, don't shame me, don't hate me. I've never played Fallout before, but
me neither. But it looks
this
great.
show looks like it's gonna. Yeah, it looks amazing. I'm excited.
The trailer looks bomb, man.
Well, I tell you what looks interesting too. That's the trailer for a Borderlands movie.
It does look pretty crazy. It kind of gives me Mad Max vibes a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Which I think it's post-apocalyptic too, isn't it? So I mean,
I have never played Borderlands either, and most of my friends that I work with that have played Borderlands, they do not like the trailer. They do not.
Oh,
like
really?
No, because if you look up like the characters, like how they're supposed to look like in the game, like Kevin Hart, like he's half the size of the character he plays apparently, and apparently. The woman in the red hair. I can't remember the actress's name.
Oh, Cate Blanchett?
Yeah, that's right. Cate Blanchett. She's supposed to be younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cate Blanchett's one of those people I feel like, kind of like Paul Rudd, though. She it seems like she never ages. I mean, ever since Lord of the Rings all the way up to playing Hela and Thor, like she hardly ages.
True, yeah. She looks flawless and
she is a very seasoned actress that
for sure.
Phenomenal.
She played a lot of villains too. She's a damn good villain and hero.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget, she was in Lord of the Rings too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Her resume is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Her resume is absolutely ridiculous, dude. There's so many things to look forward to this year. Don't sleep on 2024. If you're a nerd, this is the time.
Unless it's Sony.
Yeah. Woo! About that.
We didn't sleep on Sony. Sony slept on us. So.
That's true. We'll just see if they sleep on us the rest of the year with whenever Craven and Venom 3 comes out.
Yeah.
I'm already banking it, man. I bet $20 with everybody in this comment section right now that Craven's worse than Madam Web.
No. I don't know about that now. I don't think they can do. I mean,
I don't think you could do worse, but I think it could be right down there with Morbius.
Probably. I would like on this. You can't do worse than Madam Web, but yeah, like borderline, like on edge or better than
And,
Morbius.
and I don't want to say that because I mean, like, I love Aaron Taylor Johnson.
So
I
do
mean,
I don't wanna
he's
say it
a
either, but
great
still.
actor, but
Right,
man,
but everything that Sony's been putting out, like Spider Verse wise, it's just not been great. Aside from like Venom, and those have been
Mm.
like better than just barely than the others.
Straight up booty
Yeah.
butt cheeks, man. Hey, the cast of Madam Web was pretty nice too, and they look what happened to them.
No.
Yeah.
I don't blame the cast. I partially blame the
Right.
writing and the director.
oh,
Bingo.
it's huge both,
Hmm.
huge both. And I mean, and when your ADR is that bad, I mean, my
Yeah.
God.
To the point where you forget to take a shot of the boom mic in the actual shot. Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty sure if I watch it again, I'm definitely going to look for that.
It should be supposedly it's supposed to be like early in the movie. I didn't notice it at first, but I saw like pictures, so like, oh my gosh, how do you miss that?
Yeah, shout out to Rob Gibbons. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the love, man. Billy Rhodes says he likes the Venom movies.
They're not bad. Out of all the
Yeah.
Sony stuff, they're the better ones.
Yeah,
But you have a lot of darkness to save money on kind of bad CGI.
Right.
And really, I feel like, you know, Carnage was awful. Like I love Woody Harrelson, but he was not a good Cletus Cassidy. The
No.
writing of that movie was bad. Tom Hardy, and honestly, in my opinion, I feel like carries those movies. And
Yes.
and Tom Hardy's a great actor as well that I love. But
for sure.
really,
Yeah.
Tom Hardy's acting alone carries I'd probably say 70% weight of those movies.
Oh,
So,
for sure. Then not just the fact that he's a great actor, but he
Mhm.
does the voice like for Venom too. Like he actually does the voice and like
right.
back and forth between himself.
Yep.
Yeah, he does actually. And what's crazy about it, I do have a hot take. He is the least Eddie Brock looking actor I've seen in a while. He's a little bit ahead of Topher Grace.
A little bit
Jesus
older.
Christ! But Jesus Christ, we need a Eddie Brock actor
Yeah,
someday.
I know I actually love Miss Eddie Brock. I know it's not your run of the mill Eddie Brock, but my God,
Yeah.
like he is way better than Topher Grace.
Oh, absolutely.
I put him a
but-
step ahead of Topher.
Yeah.
You think of you hear Topher Grace thing, you just think Eric Foreman. You just think dumbass. You
Yeah.
don't think Venom, Black Ooh and Goo.
That was the worst casting choice ever. Billy
Oh.
said he thought Carnage looked cool. Carnage looked cool, but his storyline was nowhere near. I mean, the guy's name's Carnage. Why didn't we get Carnage in the movie? And then I love Woody Harrelson once again, but his Cletus Cassidy was very, I don't know. It just wasn't written well. And then, you know, at the end of the first Venom movie, he had that crazy hairpiece, and then he didn't in the second movie. And I don't know, his character just wasn't written well for the Cletus Cassidy parts. And the look of Carnage was cool, but we didn't even we got maybe 30% of who Carnage embodies himself as a symbiote and from the comics. I mean, so I just
Yeah.
feel like it could have been written way better.
I saw Woody Harrelson. I didn't see Cletus Cassidy, so I was like, "Damn it, man!"
Yeah, no, you're right, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Like
Yep.
Jesus Christ, and Will said Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man. I'm starting something.
No, he's number
Well-
two. Number
Well,
two.
we love you, but no.
Hey, as long as nobody says Tobey Maguire's number one, I can't be mad. Tom
Well-
Holland to me is number one. Andrew Garfield number two. Toby number three. I don't know what it is about Tobey Maguire. Like he was a good Spider-Man, but as Peter Parker, man, Toby's just got one of those faces I can't stand.
Yeah,
I completely agree with you. But like I've always said this before, Tobey Maguire makes a great Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield makes a great Spider-Man. Tom Holland is the perfect
Yes.
combination of
both
both.
worlds.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
I know a lot of people give Andrew Garfield crap for being his Peter Parker, but for his version of that Peter Parker was more of the Ultimate Spider-Man in the comics, which was more of that skateboard style, more of that
Skateboard,
that
little bit more
generation.
emo boy and all that.
I thought it was good, man. I
No,
liked it.
I liked it too, but still, like, he was just a lot more quippier, a lot more like
Mhm.
fun, just like here and there. Than yeah. But
Yeah, Andrew did get more jokes in as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I will give him that.
Mhm,
I
yeah,
will say Tom though has probably the most perfect balance for both Parker and Spider-Man. I'm ready for him to
100%.
get out of this, and I think we're gonna get this one in the next film. But I'm definitely ready for Tom Holland to be done with this, really young kiddie stage. The way he
Yeah.
talks and handles things. So, which I think we're getting a huge. I think we're gonna get a huge growth.
Well, apparently everything I've
Out of
heard
him.
is apparently we're going to be getting more Spider-Man, less Peter Parker, since the entire world has forgotten who Peter Parker is.
And yeah,
that's interesting and also a little bit worrisome.
Yeah, because they're sticking to the formula for the most part. To make a good Peter Parker, you just need that science nerd who's like really witty with comebacks and able to taunt the shit out of his villains. And then
that's who Peter Parker is. He's a science kid that loves like solving problems and like can try to talk his way out of anything.
and he's the most unluckiest son of a bitch in all of Marvel Comics.
That's mostly because of Stan Lee, because he wanted to like put Spider-Man in like the shittiest, like most confound predicaments and like have him try to figure his own way out.
I think Deontay saw him about Zendaya.
that too, because he never caught a break in the comics. He never caught a break in the animated series. He hasn't caught a break in any of the adaptations we've seen of him so far. And it's just like, why Peter? Why Peter's life gotta suck this bad?
Apparently, the universe just wants to shit on Peter Parker.
Yeah, he dies in the animated Into the Spider-Verse movies, and
voiced by Chris Pine.
Yeah, and then you have Peter B. Parker who shows up. He gets the girl. He has a baby with Mary Jane. It's just like, damn. What about 616 Peter Parker? Why he gets no love? He's the OG baby.
If you ask Miguel O'Hara, blame Miles Morales.
Yeah. I mean, Miles just wants to write his own story.
but no one will let him.
No one will let him, man. Ain't nobody taking his dad from him. He's going to rewrite the whole multiverse if that's what it takes to keep his dad alive. I can respect that.
Of course. I mean, yeah. You fight for family. That's what matters. Did you guys watch the short that was released a few minutes ago, The Spider Within?
Yeah. I watched it the other day. Probably last week I watched it.
I thought it was.
Damn, I still haven't seen it yet. Shit.
No, it's just like a.
Dropped like a 3-minute deal. It's called The Spider Within. It's a little short with Miles and his dad.
Yeah, just kind of like shows how Miles is like dealing with like anxiety and all that. But it was really good. Like it didn't need to like say a lot. It just like the imagery and just the the cuts. It was all great.
Well, let's be honest, can't get enough of that animation. If you're going to throw it up there for us to watch, I'm here for it.
Hell, I didn't know how to think of the animation when the movie first came out. I heard people did not like the animation, definitely for sure. But now I'm like, I love it now too. Like it's
I loved it when it first came out. I thought it was a unique take, something we haven't seen before, and it was a perfect blend of cartoon animation with that comic book feel. The way it had that comic book art intertwined in with the animation, I think is phenomenal. And I love the red, bluish, purple glow of everything in that whole movie. So
that shit was awesome, man.
It definitely felt like a comic book, like more than anything animated that we've probably seen in a movie. So yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. I know we're going on all these different universes of nerdom and tangents. I will reel it back in. Our first topic of the night is definitely Godzilla Kong, the new Empire. Me, Cameron, and Blake, we all went to see it at Marcus Theaters. We had a great time. What did you guys think about it?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I mean, it was fun.
So did I.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of great scenes in it. It was cool to get to see more Titans that we haven't seen on screen before. And really, I mean, depending on which they want to go, obviously, I would like to see them continue this, but it was the perfect way to either end this franchise or a perfect way to continue the story. So I think it was overall pretty well done.
I definitely agree. I liked it for sure. It wasn't the best, but honestly, it was definitely really great. Just like the story that they were going for, and the fact that they focus a lot more on like the monsters, the Titans, and the humans, and just expanding on the world and the lore and all of that. It's just great for sure. And the fact that they actually made original Titans, like the Scar King and Shimo. Like they created those for the movie. So yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna get like a brand new rogues gallery for Godzilla. Now,
I mean,
usually I'd be against like changes, like drastic changes like this. But if we're gonna watch monsters punch each other, then screw it.
Yeah, I thought it was great that they started the movie off where it showed Kong and showed Godzilla. I mean, I thought it was clever and I thought it was great to show both of our two favorite Titans start off the movie covered in their enemy's blood. He fought that giant crab Titan. I can't remember the name. And literally was drenched in his yellow blood, and then Kong, drenched in the green blood of the jackals or whatever those are. And
man. And then he was just like, yeah, what did I do to myself? And
But just starting them off covered in that, I was like, all right, like
snacking on them too, just like.
Yeah, I also like how the monsters are like showing more emotion. Like you can tell like what they're thinking and what they mean just from like motions and like the looks on their faces. Like you can tell they're they show more human and emotion, like in some of the live action actors.
There's no subtitles for these creatures communicating with each other. We just get it. Everybody in the audience was like, we understand, bro. We understand.
Right. 100%. What's also great, like, it shows Godzilla coming out of the Coliseum. And fun fact, you may already know this, but the director's a really big fan of his cat. And there's a picture of his cat when they're on Hollow Earth at that Station 1. It's just like randomly sitting there. But he actually styles a lot of Godzilla and how he moves and acts like his cat. If you go back and watch this, you'll see it. How Godzilla looks back and turns around like a cat does, and just different things. The way he's curled up in the Coliseum like a cat lays down. That's why he did that, which I think is hilarious. But
oh my god, I can see that.
When he's getting out of the Coliseum, there's that little artwork of a cartoon Godzilla eating a slice of pizza. And if you actually look around, there's little artwork pieces around that big artwork of the Godzilla eating the pizza. And it's actually like 7 homages to 7 different callbacks of original Godzilla movies from this, like, I think the 60s, 70s on up. And each one represents something different of the Godzilla's old films, which I thought was really cool that they slid that in there.
Damn.
Agreed. Yeah, I remember the artwork that you're talking about, but I did not know that, like 7 different that's really cool.
Yeah, you can tell the director had fun creating this project. It's just like there were some creative liberties that he took upon himself.
Right.
Then there was some homage that he obviously had to pay before people came to his house and burned that shit down. So I don't know about a 98 callback.
Nope. There wasn't a 1998 Godzilla the Dinosaur callback at all.
For sure.
But this is all stuff like, I think, like 80s, pre 80s. So
yeah, they at least brought Mothra back. So major spoiler alert for you guys. Mothra's home, and the Queen of Monsters showed up, kicked ass on screen like she's supposed to. No disrespect.
And also put our boys Godzilla and Kong in line, because let's be honest, we all hail the Queen.
That's right. Queen of Monsters checked both of them motherfuckers, and I'm
which from the last movie, they kind of iterated that Mothra reincarnates through her eggs, and so really, Mothra I don't think can ever die, because I think she's got eggs planted randomly, and so like she accidentally gets killed, reincarnate, baby.
Yeah,
Guess who's back, bitch ass?
Oh yeah, because they've teased that before with her, with Ghidorah, with like probably more monsters than we can remember for sure. But if they keep going, I would be very excited to see like if they have Mothra in more movies, or like do a Mothra movie maybe, if that could work.
Yeah, I'm here for a Mothra spinoff. That's like top 5 monsters out of the whole characters list for Godzilla. I'm a huge King Ghidorah fan, so I got my justice seeing him in live action. Mecha Godzilla, we got to see Kong and him team up against him. And I want to say there's one more, but other than that, Kong is always going to be my number one.
Yeah,
or not Kong, Godzilla.
I love Kong though, man. Now, one thing I would like to see that I don't think we've ever seen in a movie. It was only in the old animated series, and I loved watching the old animated Godzilla series.
Yeah.
Godzuki, man. When are we going to get us a Godzuki in the movie?
Got to, man.
Yeah, we got Zuka, you know, a baby Kong per se. Let's give us Godzooky. You know, Godzilla needs that little sidekick too.
Yeah.
I was wondering what you were talking about, but never mind. But
Man.
but yeah,
My-
no. Yeah, they definitely focus more between the two on Kong than they did Godzilla. And I love Kong, but honestly, if I gotta choose one or the other, Godzilla for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lizard Man.
The first, absolutely. The atomic breath? Hell yes, man. You kidding me?
Yeah, I thought that was a great transition too, because you know we seen in the trailers before the movie came out that it's pink now, you know, and then we got the director who's like, I think Godzilla should have been pink all along, and luckily they didn't just like, I'm just going to change it to pink, and you know y'all's just going to wonder why, or I'm not going to transition this, but you know to see him attack and kill Tiamat like he did, and absorb that peak energy, nuclear energy. I think that was a smooth on-film transition to go from the blue to pink.
For sure, just absorbing
I thought that was done well. So
for sure,
Yeah.
just taking in that much radiation, like changing like the density of his body and just like the intake, like it almost looked like he had like lost weight, or even like Godzilla may have had like a sex change. I'm not really sure.
Hey, Godzilla, the way that they described that power up, it made it sound like he was double as dangerous as he normally was. And it's
Right.
kind of like he still struggled with Scar King and Shimu a little bit. And I was okay with that because he struggles with everybody, but he always comes out on top. It's just how the story goes.
right.
So that power up was cool. I ain't gonna lie, the fuchsia looked sexy on him.
I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. Like I
So
really
did I.
like the blue when they started this new series, these movies. But the blue I thought was really cool. The
Yeah.
pink though, man, I think it's a step up. I really do.
Yeah, I can rock with that, especially if it's going to be permanent now. I was like,
yeah.
all right, cool.
I think it should be permanent too, man. Let him keep that. So
Yeah, it looks good. They're explaining it as he's twice as strong as he used to be.
right.
So give him stronger opponents.
Well,
For
here's the
sure.
deal. I mean, Tiamat color was pink, and as long as Tiamat was alive, that was their color. But now that he's harnessed that and Tiamat's dead, it just makes sense to me for him to keep the pink now.
I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, like that. Don't try to go back to like the blue. Like stay on course. Stay pink.
Stay pink, man. Keep it pink, man. Do it for breast cancer, bro. Do it for breast
Exactly.
cancer.
Exactly.
That's our
Absolutely.
October Godzilla.
I am Godzilla, and I am Godzilla, and I approve of this message.
Absolutely. Shout out to Ben Stewart, our fact checker extraordinaire,
What's up,
and
Ben?
a human relations specialist from Comically Inclined. What's up, bro?
And I'm pretty sure the director Adam Wingard, he wants to do more. He wants to do another movie for Godzilla and Kong. Though he has said that his next project that he's going to be working on is a Thundercats movie.
Right.
Yeah, I
That-
can
that
live. I
is
can
his
live with
plan.
that. Yeah, live
Yeah.
action Thundercats is way overdue.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we're getting all these, re-ups of these old nostalgia favorites. I think that's one that deserves to hit the live screen, as long as it's done well.
Absolutely.
Don't miss up Thundercats, please.
Please, man, we deserve all the greatness we can have. Even if you just
Yeah.
have to do makeup, just make.
Yeah.
You don't have to CGI shit. Just makeup.
Makeup, prosthetics, like
But,
CGI, but still, just do it right and don't make it kid friendly like Cartoon Network tried a few years ago.
Yeah.
Man,
I think even though we got it in the trailer, I think the whole Godzilla Kong charging, after Scar and the other one, I think that was an epic scene just to visualize and watch them charging together to fight. I thought visually that was done really well.
that's that
Yeah.
buddy cop energy right there, man. He had that.
Yeah,
Kong
Little
had
bit.
that glove, that robotic glove. He was just like, "Let's go, let's go
Yeah.
wreck them."
Project Powerhouse.
Yeah.
I love how that was conveniently in the movie. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but I love how they're like, oh, his arm's damaged, and then they're like, oh, well, we worked on something. We conveniently made it, even though it wasn't approved, and conveniently already have it on Hollow Earth. So let's go get it.
Yeah. It's like, you ready for this upgrade? It was made just for your arm.
Yeah.
For this type of scenario. Like, wow, for real?
I do like Trapper, man. He's kind of like the Ace Ventura of the movie, which they called him that. They called him that in the movie, and I feel like that's a perfect description of the man.
Oh,
But
God.
I liked his character. I was shocked though to see that. Obviously, I can't. What's the female? What's her name? The one they had a.
Uh,
Wait, the doctor or the daughter?
Yeah, the doctor.
Eileen.
Eileen, yeah. So obviously we see that they had a thing in college or whatever. But you know, they kind of tease that, talk about that, but then we see their relationship or their story together go nowhere. I mean, so I felt like that was kind of weird. It seemed like they were going to build up to something, and
Right, that's what I thought too.
And it didn't. So I was like, okay, maybe that was not thought out so well. You know, I feel like they could have led something a little bit more with that, or they ended up together at the end, or something. But you know, who knows? Maybe they'll have more movies.
That's what I thought too, because like I felt like they had more chemistry than she did with the other guy that she was in with the last movie, and I don't know, it just kind of went nowhere. I mean, I would have been glad if they did, and also, yeah, Dan Stevens definitely had a ton of fun just being just like that guy, just playing the love songs on his radio on his stereo.
Yeah, he made a grand entrance to come change that tooth out. It was like, this is like, wait, I wasn't expecting to cringe this early in the movie, but all right, you got it, bro.
And I think now that after we get to see with the Iwi tribe, the chemical reaction and how they can pick up the giant stones, I think that's got something to do with how the pyramids were built. I think there was a way that's how they got built back in the day. We finally have our answer.
Finally, it's canon now, guys. It's canon.
Oh man.
Yeah, and my last little spoiler is definitely the fact that they wrapped the movie up with Kong having an army of apes at his disposal, riding on Shimu's back with his freaking robotic prosthetic glove on, and it's just like, what the hell is he up to next?
And Son of Kong next to him, yeah.
Oh my God! And Godzilla's probably on the same team with him now too. So it's like an entire squad. Who's going to stand in their way?
Right.
Now?
Well, that's the thing. They've never had to like each other, but they respect each other to the point where they have to defend like the planet.
Sure. Well, you got destroyers and protectors too. So like if you notice, like when they were on their computer screens when they were showing different Titans, they would label them as a destroyer or a protector. You know, and so like Godzilla and Kong are protectors, or are supposed to be. Where like Tiamat was classified as a destroyer on there. And I think there was one more, but yeah. One more thing, real quick, I have to say, Zuko, man, the little baby Kong. Obviously, I think they're like, hey, guess what? You know, everybody love Baby Groot, everybody love Baby Yoda, so everybody's jumping on this baby kick, which does not upset me. I'm here for it. Don't be wrong, but man, that little dude's a shithead in this movie. And when Kong gets mad at him, then uses him as a weapon to beat these other gorillas. Oh my God, I died. I freaking died on that scene.
Yeah, and then he tries to lure him into like the river and like let like the giant like sea creature kill him.
Oh yeah. When I seen that, I was like, oh my God, this
badass little baby kid.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a little shit, but he's got time to grow. He's got time to like Kong can teach him the right way.
Yeah, he knows who's daddy now. Shout out to Raiden Hayes J Gaming. That's my boy Trent. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for
playing online lately with this guy.
Yes, sir.
He's pretty damn good.
Been missing out.
How would you guys rank the movie?
Oh yeah, you're good.
No, go ahead.
Let's see. I would rank it. It's as far as like Godzilla movie standards go, I would give it a solid B. A solid B.
Okay. I think like on a scale of 1 to 10, just movies overall, I'd probably give it a 6.5. But if you're talking on just the Titan movies, I would give it an 8.
Yeah, I get rock with giving it an 8 for sure. What you got for him, Cameron?
I would say a solid 7.5 at least.
Nice. Is this overall, or is this just like a Titan movie?
No, just overall. Like as a movie, as a Titan movie, just all together. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here for more Shimu. I'm here for more of all of this. Show us for the next movie. Give us a bigger, badder villain with his own army that can match up with what the hell Kong's got going on.
So. More aliens.
I would like to see a storyline maybe where something bad's about to happen at Hollow Earth. They discover a couple more Titans or something that's hiding or something. But then like there's they have to save Hollow Earth. because something's happening and it's about to be extinct. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, you can run with that. You can run with like a space invasion that they have to
Oh
counteract. Oh
Yeah,
man,
I didn't think about that. That would be sick.
Like more Ghidorahs or like more creatures like Ghidorah.
absolutely. I didn't do it. I didn't do this earlier, but this is the poster of Godzilla Kong: The New Empire. Wasn't a whole lot of Empire action. Yeah, I love it. These are the baby boys right here. These my baby boys.
Yeah, I still gotta go with Godzilla.
Wasn't a whole lot of Empire action, but Kong ended the movie with an Empire, so
Right.
I can't wait to see what the Empire does next.
Well, honestly, that's we thought the new Empire was going to be, throughout the whole movie, but actually the ending of the movie is the new Empire, which so
Yeah.
that took me. I didn't expect that to be that way it worked out, but I'm not mad.
Man, a little bit more elaboration on it, but I'm cool.
Right, and I've said, man, that bone whip. One last thing, real quick, I forgot that bone whip was pretty sick. It realized like how tough that skeletal spine is. Because I mean, you see that thing wrap around buildings, tear them in two, and chunk them, and that thing never breaks. So I mean,
And just easily
Solid.
like cut Kong's hand, like just like the way it did. Man, like
Yeah.
the Scar King was like a dick, but a good villain, and like with that bone, with that spinal whip, that he was a good fighter.
right.
Yeah, he was a great matchup for Kong. He was just skinny, slender, and agile, and
Yep.
one hand is controlling Shimu, and the other hand is whipping the shit out of Kong, and it's just like,
Kind of, kind of the opposite of Kong in a sense.
yeah, for sure. And
yeah.
Kong still came out on top. That tells you a lot about him.
Hell yes.
Yeah, that's all I had for Godzilla Kong: The New Empire. We gave it our scores. Up next, we have the latest episode of X-Men '97. Never get tired of that.
Never.
And
And they just got greenlit for a season 3 this past week.
Oh,
They did
already.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh.
got time for that.
We knew they were working on a second season, but third season. Hell yes, let's go. 97.
Here's what I want to see, though, and I think this would be really cool, and I think it would be cool to scale up quickly, but it makes sense, but it not be too quick, is every season, let it jump a year. X-Men 98, X-Men 99, X-Men 2000. Let's see that. If they did that, I think, it's still going to make them great money. It's still going to be a huge fan favorite, and I think it would be an easier way for, I know supposedly right now, it's not canon in the MCU, but if they scale it up every year like that, there's a chance that they could end up doing some kind of crossover if they ever wanted to.
Welcome to
Right.
the 21st century, X-Men.
Yep.
Because they're right now, their whole little animated timeline and everything, all the events that's happening in it is canon for their world.
Right.
If they made that canon for live action, that would say so much about what's going on in Marvel.
Oh, man.
God.
For sure. 4 episodes in, and X-Men 97 has not disappointed in any way possible.
Yeah.
At all.
So this episode was Motendo / Life Death Part 1. And it starts off at the beginning. The animation title music for the first time's different. It gave us more of that music from like a 16-byte arcade game style, which was really cool considering how this is. One thing that I noticed too. So like they're changing even the intros of these, accordingly to stuff. They took Storm's character card out, which obviously we know she's not gone, but like, oh man, she's not an X-Men right now, so they took her out. So
They took
I think it's
Bishop
really
out too.
So I think it's really cool that they're paying that much attention to detail, even to the intros of this, and they're changing them as these episodes evolve.
Right.
I think that's great. Starts off at the beginning with a little Magneto Gambit feud there at the breakfast table.
You say, hey, what you say about my girl?
right.
That's gonna come to a head. That's gonna come to a head.
Yeah,
It
it
ends up
will.
being Jubilee's 18th birthday. We get to hear Beast use Jubilee's name in a whimsical sentence, like we should get some kind of jubilation to her 18th birthday. Little whimsical deal there. We get Genosha being brought up again as being brought into the UN. That's going to be interesting. I think that's going to play a big part of this storyline and what we're building up to on some of this, which is the mutant island. And supposedly Cassandra Nova is going to be in this season before it's over with, which really has my mind spinning. And I know the X-Men animated series has been really good about always bringing in these a lot of different characters and rotating them. So maybe it's a coincidence, but Cassandra Nova in Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
I can't help but the fan of me get too excited and start just theorizing so many things that could happen. So
yeah, they're what they're doing is fan service, straight up fan service. Like everything we haven't gotten naturally,
right.
Morph just does it. He was like, all right, you haven't seen this character yet. I'll just turn into him right now. Like, damn, Morph, like, don't spoil us rotten like that, man. Because
right.
we've seen just a little bit of X-Men's rogue gallery through his transformation.
Right.
And even like
other members of the heroes. Yeah.
And a full-grown Magic, too.
Full-grown Magic. And Magic's not even... This is part of, like, Magic's storyline that we're getting in 97. We haven't met the real Magic yet.
But technically, we did in the original series, like in season 2. You meet Colossus's sister, like when she was a kid.
Oh yeah, because Colossus was teeter-tottering on joining the X-Men, and he just been defending Russia.
His home country. Yeah, okay, so I binged the entire X-Men original series like a few weeks before the new series came out, and I'm glad I did. But yeah, he was only in like 2 episodes the entire series.
I was a little bit sad about that too, because I binge watched it way back in like January. And I'm just like, damn, like X-Men 92 was really good, but 97 is just like leaps and bounds over all the mistakes that they made.
Yes.
Like, Jesus.
Yes.
Every character in the roster is badass in their own way, and it shows.
Yes. They're fully utilizing and making sure everyone gets their moments. Like literally the first episode, like Cyclops moving through the warehouse just with his beams and cushioning his fall.
Yeah.
They're making Cyclops a badass now, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, he was pretty OP in the comics. I'm just like,
when he wasn't pining over Jean or just like somehow getting captured all the time by Sinister.
Yeah,
Right.
the way they did him in 92 was horrible, though.
yeah. But like you said, he's always been kind of OP because I mean, let's be honest. In X-Men 92, when it first came out, the first episode starts off with all of the X-Men, including Wolverine, getting their ass whooped by Sentinels. Until Cyclops slides in and blows one of their heads off, and it's like, okay. But anyways, I think that later on they kind of, they corrected it and kind of made it a little bit better if they're fighting. Billy said, "Do you think Spider-Man cartoon will get some of the same treatment?"
A lot of people are asking and wondering the same thing. Because
I hope so.
I can get down with that.
I hope so. Like I know we're getting Spider-Man Homecoming. Or not Homecoming. I mean, Spider-Man freshman year. Yeah. I don't think that's obviously it's different animation, different all that. But man, I would not be mad if they dropped in like a Spider-Man cameo, like from the '90s, because that was my second favorite animated series, like back in the '90s. That was
hands
just
down.
The shows did cross over, like, but then back in the old days, like they had Spider-Man over in X-Men, they had the X-Men over in Spider-Man.
Right, and I say like for X-Men '97, man, like they are just doing such a great job. Just sticking to the 90s stuff, So, like, as Sunspot and Jubilee are on the bed, and we get Mojo back in this, which, we got from the old X-Men, and as the wires crawl up and they go into their eyes, Mojo, has the wires, holding his eyes open. But then, it makes that dial-up internet sound.
Man.
that AOL sound that we all know, well, I say we all know. Yeah, we're all about the same age. We all know that.
Well, yeah, for sure. Like people who were working on 97 grew up in the 90s. So yeah.
And the old Nintendo, that they show there on the TV stand has that Sega Genesis vibe.
Man.
And then let's see. Oh, we get when they're in that phone booth and they disappear. It's a callback to the Matrix. Man. There were just so many great 90s things in this that they're doing such a great job with it.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
And
go ahead.
And then whenever they meet like the beta version of Jubilee, you guys know whose voice that is?
Yeah, that's the original Jubilee voice actress from the 90s series that's voicing her. Yeah. And did y'all know who's voicing Mojo?
I feel like I should
know. The guy that voices Ferb on Phineas and Ferb.
Shut the fuck up. Are you serious?
Swear to God.
What?
Yeah, what? And like, they did it, Mojo was really, so Mojo, for anybody that doesn't know, Mojo is in another world. He's a showrunner. And what he does is he pulls random mutants and people with powers out from different universes and puts them in his TV show to help keep his TV ratings up. But
kind of similar to Mongol in War World. Only difference is
he's
Right.
powerful as
televised
hell.
throughout the galaxy.
But we in the 90s he's like used the word bubby and stuff like that a lot. So I was glad to see they dialed that back in X-Men 97 because it was almost too much back then. It was really cringe. But and we get to see Mojo with the kind of ripped in a 6-pack talking about he's been stressed lately because of his ratings been down. And then later on we find out he was just sucking it in. He blobs right back out.
Wow. He was like, wow, dude, you want to catfish people
Yeah.
and shit?
Give me it all.
Jesus
So
Christ.
another fun thing is while they're showing like the character pics, all the different stuff, like they show a divorce court series. It's showing Jean Grey and Scott Summers going through divorce court was a TV show.
It's a little fucked up.
You get I Dream of Jean, which is a callback to I Dream of Jeannie with Wolverine and Jean Grey. And then like they gave a good callback to when you can select your characters, almost like from the arcade style X-Men, like the X-Men versus Capcom and stuff. But then if you see at the very far right, it's Cable. Half of that character is Cable, and it's the older version of Cable, which I think we're going to get. I know we're going to get in this series. I don't know if Cable's going to come back, from the future to the past, and we're done seeing baby, Nathan Summers. But fun fact on this: so Gambit's not being voiced by the original guy who did it. I think it's Chris Potter, but
Yes.
Chris Potter is going to be voicing Cable in this
Yes.
season.
I did
That's
hear about that.
wild.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
These voice acting arrangements are crazy. Like, how did you get all these people that were a part of the original cast come back as a different character?
Hey, I don't think they can make it weird because Allison Court, I believe she's the original voice for Jubilee. She said she wanted to let someone else who was Asian American do the role of Jubilee now, but she was, obviously she came back and was open to new interpretations.
And that's so
Real
cool.
queen
Of her.
shit.
Like, yeah, exactly, for sure.
Yeah.
And and then kind of they get done, they beat Mojo, and then we kind of slash into the life death, after that. And so we get to find out that Forge is the one that helped create the weapon that took Storm's powers away, and he's like, I'm gonna tell her our love is real, and I think she'll be all right with that. And bam,
Smack the
across
dog
face.
shit
That
out of
did
him.
not work out the way he wanted to.
Yeah.
But
God.
what's really cool about this is they are sticking so close to the comic line on this story.
They really are.
like
This is a
so
real
close.
storyline.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. And then we get the adversary Al Demon at the end. And guess who voices that adversary Al Demon?
The same voice actress for Storm.
Yep, sure is. Yep,
I thought I heard
same
it. I knew I heard
person
it.
as voice that's doing Storm's voice also does the Owl, which is called Adversary, which is a demon in the comic runs, which actually is a demon that in the comic runs Forge makes a pact with back when he's in a war and he has 9 people of his comrades about to die, and they do die, but they get to come back to life. And so I think the Adversary there, I don't know if they're going to tie that in with Forge like it is in the comics, but man, they have been sticking so strict to this that it wouldn't surprise me if they bring that to screen for us.
And real quick shout out to Kim Pachi. Thank you for tuning in, bro. Good seeing you. We're just covering X-Men 97, the latest episode of it. Man, that episode, I know there's probably going to be mixed feelings about it because they're going off script with like Sunspot's story and his development. But I kind of like my only complaint about X-Men 97 so far is that there's a mix of so many different storylines going on at once.
Right.
Like, maybe stick to like 2 and just skate until the season finale.
Sure. But our season finale is going to be 3 parts, which we know they love doing those part 3s, 2, 3s, and 4s in the 90s.
They
But
did.
our next episode isn't even going to be Life Death Part 2 yet. Our next episode is going to be called Remember It, and then the episode after that will be Life Death Part 2. So, but so far, I think they're doing okay on their transitions, as long as they don't get too choppy.
No,
So-
I mean, they know what they're doing so far. Everything's worked out extremely well, and but no, I was gonna say I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing with Roberto da Costa too. I mean, like he's the rich kid. He likes to like flaunt around and just be like, hey, look at me, I'm hot, and then just like I'm all that. But no, I mean, yeah, some kids like whether they look normal or not, they like I don't want to be me. I don't want to be myself. So
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
And that man got the bump uglies with Jubilee. So,
Yeah, yeah.
We saw that, boy.
One hell of a
Saw
birthday
that.
present for Jubes.
Yeah, she
Happy
got
birthday to her.
Exactly, and also real quick, if you guys or anyone watching doesn't know, this Marvel Comics are doing a small series for X-Men '97. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah, they released the first issue last week, and it's the art style is really good, and yeah, I think it's supposed to be between the finale of the original series and
Yes.
the premiere for this series.
Actually, I forgot that you said that. So yeah, months ago, actually, I caught wind of that, and I reported on that. But it was supposed to come out, and I think actually on the first week that the first episode came out. But I think they ran a little behind. It came out last week, like you said. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it happens, but no, I mean,
Yeah.
I read it earlier today, and
Yep.
it's really good. Yeah.
Oh, another thing that clipped in mind, I sit here thinking because it was just so clever. But when Mojo was showing that you see in the different TV shows, another one was Who's the Boss, and it was Storm, Jean Grey, Scott Summers, Xavier, Magneto.
Yes.
And it was, and the funny thing is, like, it was off of, it was Tony Danza that had Who's the Boss back in the day.
That's
But
right. Yes.
all the characters they clicked on Who's the Boss, it was all of them who at one time or another had led the X-Men. So I thought that was pretty clever and well put together as well.
Man, you can tell X-Men fans made this series.
Oh my God, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, also when it's in the arcade, it's kind of pixelated because it's that 16-bit game style. But you see a poster in the back, and it shows like 16 different mutants' faces on it, and it shows whether they've I think if they've been killed or they're still alive. But it's mimicking word from word from the poster that was in a X-Men
Days of Future Past.
Wolverine comic.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's so many nostalgia things they took from the comics and from the 90s and did just such a great fan service and collaboration, but that didn't feel forced. It just feels so natural, like almost like we're back in 97 watching this.
Definitely. Yeah. And after seeing that last episode, especially like Motendo, now I kind of want like a new X-Men like video game in that art and that style, and like that arcade 16-bit style, like what the Turtles did a few years ago. Like,
right.
Give us a game like that with the X-Men.
Well, you know, people would eat it up and would buy that. Like
I would absolutely.
We have one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the arcade or like just a modern day touch on it. Like,
yep.
You know how we're getting a Wolverine game soon, and that's like a modern day touch. What if we just did X-Men in general? You just pick a character from the roster, and you just go to town on shit.
Hell
like
yeah.
Sentinel.
Yes,
like, man,
that would be nice.
I mean, we're already getting so many like Marvel games. We're getting Wolverine, we're getting Blade, we're getting the Rise of Hydra, more Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys catch that Rise of Hydra trailer?
Oh yeah,
it's so good.
Oh yeah,
it looks insane.
It looks phenomenal.
And Carrie Payton is playing the grandfather of T'Challa.
I did not think we were going to be seeing Carrie Payton as a Black Panther, but I'm here for it.
Yes,
he got the voice for it for sure.
Oh, for
we
sure.
have to wait a whole other
Cyborg.
damn year for that to come out.
Ah, man,
a whole year.
Whole another year. Drop that trailer a year before it comes out. I'm like, oh my god.
Hey, as long as they make it like really good, I'm okay with the wait. Like seriously, as long as they don't rush it and fuck it up.
Yeah, don't.
Well, how long ago was it they dropped that Logan game trailer? Like 2 years ago.
I
think
it was
like
a year and some change.
Yeah. They dropped it the same time that they dropped the first Spider-Man 2 trailer. So yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, and how I don't know, I can't remember when the release date is for that Logan game. But I feel like it's been forever.
I think
I believe that's like late.
Quarter.
You see,
either by the end before the end of the year or probably beginning of next year, I would imagine.
Let's see.
And we just got like Blade by Arcane Studios. And I don't know if that's going to be Xbox exclusive or going to be PlayStation 2. Because Arcane mostly makes games for Xbox.
Yeah.
It might be on both consoles. I know.
I hope it is because
Microsoft-
I want to play Blade.
Right.
Yeah, so right here it says Logan the video game was announced 3 years ago in 2021.
Jesus, that
Yeah.
is forever ago.
And the trailer was like 2 years ago. I think. I know the original announcement and then the trailer.
Yeah.
Finally debuted
Yep.
after.
It was
It
like
says,
less than minutes.
Marvel's Wolverine release date is unconfirmed. There is a release date, but if we're expectation setting here, you should expect a lengthy wait. Insomniac currently has its hands full with one team working on Marvel Spider-Man. Well, this is a little bit later, so they're saying it could launch as early as fall 2024, but there still is no actually solid date yet for it.
Right, and not to mention like they still gotta like they're probably still like recovering, like making sure like with all the leaks that happened a few months ago too.
Yeah. Well, with
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 coming out and having such success, they shouldn't have any doubts in their minds that they can do a great game.
Oh,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah.
Stay
Like-
true to the comics, and you will never fail.
Right.
What did you guys think of but when we heard that they canceled a multiplayer Spider-Man game?
Oh.
I did see that recently.
I didn't know
too.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently Insomniac was working on a multiplayer Spider-Man game called The Great Web, and they canceled it. Apparently, it was going to be not in the same style as Suicide Squad, but very kind of yes and no. You can
Mhm.
play as like different Spider people, like Peter Parker, Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, Cindy Moon,
Literally
Huh.
pick any of the spiders from the Spider-Verse that you want,
and it was still going to be like Insomniac. It was still going to be in that world, but it just
Yeah.
got canceled.
Can you imagine like how much time and money though that game probably would cost? Like it would take to make that flawless or make it really, really good.
I
Yeah,
mean-
they may have realized they got in over their head on that and maybe just kind of pulled back on it.
Especially if it was a co-op Spider-Man game where
Right.
like you guys could work on missions together. Like it'd be
Yeah.
kind of OP for two Spider-Mans to be active at the same time on the same mission, because that's an ass whooping for everybody.
Yes,
You're gonna need harder villains for this.
Nobody's dying on this game.
and remember how long it took for them to like make the Suicide Squad game, and it just came out like 2 months ago.
Yeah, and it's not getting very good reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I played it. I enjoyed it for what it was, but it definitely. I mean, I also don't play a lot of shooter games too, but still.
What they should do is learn from what Suicide Squad and Gotham Knights did wrong and keep the theme going for Marvel.
You're not wrong. I played both. You're not wrong.
I wanted to play Gotham Knights so bad, but the reviews scared the shit out of me. It's like, I'm
Gotham
not paying
Knights is a
$60
good
for
game.
that.
Gotham Knights
Yeah.
is a good game. It
Yeah.
throws a lot at you, but no, especially if you prefer like a different style of playing because they're all not the same. I mean, I think I played more as Red Hood and Batgirl more than anyone else.
I would have mained Red Hood for sure if I didn't want that game.
He's a bruiser and a shooter, like definitely.
God, him and Nightwing are like two of my favorite Bat Family members. I
Yeah.
absolutely love those dudes. But as far as like the ratings for the latest episode of X-Men 97 goes, what would you guys give it? Or what would you give the series so far overall?
10 out of 10. I'm almost like
10.
10 out of 10.
All day long, baby. 10.
Absolutely.
Solid A.
Yeah, I would love to pick it apart or say, I wish they didn't do this or I wish they would change this, but I can't. Like, it's 100% pure perfection. Like,
Honestly, same. I haven't found a single complaint. So any haters that are out there, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
yeah, well, if you're hating on this show, you just hate life.
Yes.
Because this show is phenomenal. And here's the deal: like, we don't obviously trust Rotten Tomato scores by no means, but this is the first Marvel project on Rotten Tomatoes that even scored 100% ever.
Wow.
Ever.
More
Man.
than like, and none of the movies have ever scored 100.
No, it's the
Yeah.
only Marvel project ever to score 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Sheesh. Man, it's like 100% Rotten Tomato and then 98 for like audience score, and I'm just like, God
Yeah,
damn,
yeah.
that's high.
Yeah, it's true though. I have to agree with Rotten Tomatoes on that one. So
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't always agree with Rotten Tomatoes, but still, when
Yeah.
we do, we know.
Oh
For sure.
man, absolutely. And speaking of another highly rated Rotten Tomatoes series, another show that's really popular right now and just ended Invincible season 2 just
Mhm.
scored a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the first season was what, 98%?
Yeah, so I enjoyed the first season. I've yet to see the second season, but man, I have heard nothing but praise from it. Like I hear it's great.
Season 2 is leaps and bounds beyond season 1. I can't. The way that they turn things around for the story, I absolutely love it. I will say it was a little bit chaotic, unlike the comics, with all these different villains happening at once and like no further explanation or going into it as far as the adaptation goes. But
I
you
mean,
got
hey,
to see more
sometimes
Mark.
hey, that's sometimes the life of a hero. You gotta jump from one case to another in like an instant, especially for like someone as strong and fast as he is.
Man, season 1 was kind of messy in my opinion. I hated season 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was probably one of the only hot takes in the world that's like Invincible season 1 was an absolute nightmare for Invincible comic book fans.
Oh,
And
wow.
even
Well,
before
man.
I read the comics, I was just like, damn, this shit was a nightmare.
I've never read the comics. I've never heard nothing.
And
but
it
great
just
things
like
about
vary
them.
from it, or
It made some changes that was like a little bit too unnecessary.
right?
They introduced stuff a little bit too soon. They even, I would say they had all the characters sound like they had the same personality. The way the script, because you have an all-star cast for Invincible. That was Seth Rogen's crazy ass idea. Was just to have nothing but A-list actors.
You mean
play these
Alan?
characters.
You mean Alan, right?
Alan was a part of it. Not J. Jonah Jameson. Who is the guy that plays
J.K.
him?
Simmons.
J.K. Simmons is Omni-Man.
Right.
And you have the Stephen Yeun playing Mark, and you have all these heavy hitters playing these invincible characters.
Gillian Jacobs is Adam Eve. Zachary Quinto is Robot. I mean, they just had this season. They had Sterling K. Brown like as a villain, and even Tatiana Maslany too.
Dude, so the thing is, you have A-list actors, Seth Rogen, and you give them a C-list script. The script was fucking ass. It was absolute ass. I watched literally every show on the planet and didn't have a problem with the way that the characters spoke to one another. And even in the Invincible comics, the way that the characters spoke to one another, they had more personality than that.
Oh, really?
So I don't know why. I cannot remember his name, but his last name was like Ridley, the guy that wrote the script for season 1. I think he wrote for season 2, and he got a little bit better. God, that was harsh. Everybody sounded like Mark.
Damn.
I was like, why does the women sound like fucking Mark? Their personalities was horrible, and it's just like they
because it was the same guy writing it from his perspective.
from his perspective, be like nobody had their own variation of anything. Season 2 it almost got back into that territory, but then they got into the arc where Rex got his redemption. And God, everybody, just wait. If you thought Rex's redemption was the shit, just wait. He turns into the coolest motherfucker you ever meet.
Nice.
I mean, Rex came. I mean, granted, besides Deontay's feelings aside, I personally felt nothing but good things about the first season. But going off of that, no, I definitely liked Rex a lot more because he did definitely was not as much of a douchebag as he was in the first episode, and also got to see a little bit of the flip side of what it's like being cheated on or played on. Be like, dude, I thought we were a thing, but no, you asshole. Which he is. Also voiced by Jason Mantzoukas. Who's amazing and hilarious.
All-star cast. It's just like, if you want to get an all-star cast, give them an all-star script. Give them an A-list script, please.
Otherwise you're going to look like Madam Web.
Yeah. Wait, please.
No. Invincible's much better than Madam Web. Fuck off.
No. I'm saying you're going to be like Madam Web if you have an all-star cast and shit screenwriting. So
True. But still, but no. I mean, season 2 was great. I mean, they just built off of what they brought in the first season. Just kept building the world and the relationships and the stories. And like Deontay said, it was much better. And
I can't wait to watch it.
Oh,
yes,
you'll
season
love
2
it.
was incredible.
Also, you go.
Yeah, the way that they handled Mark was incredible. Like, if you would have done this at season 1, there wouldn't have been an animated series on the planet that could touch this show.
Oh, really?
Mark,
Even X-Men 97?
Man.
Maybe. I mean,
We
I don't
can-
know.
Or they might be side by side, run like tied up, partnered up runners. So
we might have to have a bonus episode just to debate that because it's
I mean,
just like.
I mean, they did a bonus episode for Adam Eve.
And Adam Eve is actually my favorite character in the entire series, comics and animated series.
Oh yeah,
She-
I love Adam Eve. Yeah, she's a great character.
Yeah,
I
in
think it's
season 1, she was the standout character for the whole show.
I think it's a
Mhm.
great play on the name too.
Yeah.
For real. Her name's Samantha Eve Wilkins, and she just like has the
Mhm.
most OP power in the entire series, and she doesn't even tap into a fraction of it. Where
No,
she's
and
at
also,
right now.
also her dad is still an asshole. Her dad is still an asshole.
Her dad is such a fucking asshole. It's almost unreal because it's just like, what is a list of things that you could say that you would never say to your daughter? He just says it every time they're in the same room together.
Little,
Like, you know what, Samantha, you're a piece of shit. It's just like, what kind of fucking dad is this?
that makes you're dangerous. I want you to be normal. Christ, I mean, I feel for Samantha because full disclosure, my dad can be a bit of is an asshole too. So definitely, I feel for Eve. But fuck.
There is a bar for like asshole dads, and it's Samantha's dad cleared the fuck out of it. And it's just like, dog,
He's a poster dad for that, huh?
Yeah. It's like, what is the worst thing you can say to your daughter? And he always ones up at every episode. It was just like, all right, I'm gonna say something even worse to my daughter today.
When you're talking about Invincible being would have been #1 animated series or whatever, Will calling you out saying he's about to say Cap.
I can handle disagreements with that. I'm not the craziest Invincible animated series fan, but season 2 was redemption. Maybe not a lot of people agree with me on that, but that was straight up redemption.
Regardless if someone likes season 2 or season 1 or not, for you to not like season 1 and to go on about how much more amazing season 2 was, it sounds like to me nobody can even argue about how great season 2 is, because you have people who love and hate season 1 are still praising season 2, so you can't really go wrong.
I mean, like I said before, I mean, I'm not Deontay. I mean, I personally didn't see nothing too much wrong with the first season, but it's been a while since I've watched it too. But even still, I still gotta agree with him. Season 2, it was definitely flooring the first one.
But see, that's the other thing. If you didn't think it before, you may go back and rewatch season 1 after watching season 2 and change your mind and be like, okay, season 1 kind of was,
Yeah, and then, and then I'll be like, fuck, this is Deontay's fault. He made me see the error of my ways.
You're like, yeah, maybe I should have given season 1 a second chance. Nah, fuck that.
Also, Blake, if you hear a voice and you think, is that Optimus Prime? Yes.
Optimus Prime is definitely all-star motherfucking
Which
cast.
one?
No. The iconic Optimus Prime, Peter Cullen.
Oh, really? Okay.
He's in the show.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Mark
Alright.
Hamill's in the show.
It's not a
Oh,
whole
Mark
lot, but
Hamill
still.
is?
Yeah, he's the dude that makes Mark suits. He made suits
Okay.
for all the heroes, actually. It's
That-
like,
that-
damn, Mark?
That's Mark Hamill.
I
Yeah.
never realized that was Mark Hamill. Nice.
Yeah. And
Dang,
Seth
they do have
Rogen-
an all-star voice cast. Jeez.
They really do.
for sure.
And Seth Rogen took it upon himself to play Alan the Alien, and it's just like, superheroes not your shit, bro. That's probably the one thing. That's the one role I will not be sold on.
So Seth Rogen to me is kind of like Will Ferrell. He's very hit and miss.
Yeah,
Very, very hit and miss. But I would have to say Seth Rogen does better as a director and producer to me than he does an actor, because he also is the one, if I'm not mistaken, was the director of the season series Preacher, which was a comic run,
Yes,
but
he
it's on
was-
AMC,
he was
and
one of
that
the
is a
executive
great
producers.
show.
Yeah, he was an executive producer on Preacher. That was amazing. And of course, he directed Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, and yeah.
Wasn't he the Green Hornet too?
Oh yeah,
no.
yeah. Green. No, I'm not
God.
even gonna lie. Like I enjoyed the Green Hornet. I'm not even gonna
The Green
lie.
Hornet was lit. For the time it came out.
It was
I've never seen the Green Hornet, but I've heard
Watch it.
some good and some bad. Most
But
bad.
Green Hornet's not one of those things where you're like, oh my god, it's an amazing movie. It's just a fun movie to watch. Like
It
you'll
is.
laugh. It's good.
I'm honestly not behind like Seth like taking on superhero roles, but Green Hornet was the best thing he's done.
And Green Hornet, I kind of don't really consider a like superhero, really.
Right.
So I think it's great and fun.
Yeah, I can live with that.
If it wasn't for his sidekick, Green Hornet would be dead in that movie.
Facts. That is a fact. Like he needs to cast me to be Alan the Alien.
Wasn't his sidekick John Cho?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was. I think he's back in the show too.
Damn.
How the fuck do you afford these people? Because he had an all-star cast in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all-star cast in Invincible. And it's like these guys gotta be the most expensive budget in the fucking world. How do you do this?
I don't know.
He went all the way out.
He loves the Green Hornet. Seth Rogen will always be a superhero as a Green Hornet to him, he says.
Yeah, that's about as far as I go.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. Just don't bring Seth Rogen in as any other superhero. Leave him as the Green Hornet and let him hold that title.
Granted, I love Seth Rogen. I kind of agree with you. He can stay kicking butt as a mantis in Kung Fu Panda.
Oh yeah. I heard that was his role.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say my last like critique on it was not exactly a critique, but the storylines kind of blending in, which is where I was going with the introduction of all these different villains and events. We met Anissa, and Will mentioned Anissa earlier in the comments, and she's one of the lead Viltrumites, which that's their alien race. Mark is a Viltrumite, his dad is a Viltrumite, Omni-Man. His job was sent to Earth to scout it out and prepare them for Viltrumites to come and take it over. So they're basically just like evil ass Kryptonians.
Superman. Yeah, exactly.
And evil ass Kryptonians.
And they're much harder to kill.
Oh god.
Also, everything that Deontay and even Thomas have told me about like Anissa, there's a very dark thing that she does with Mark, and man, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually go there on the show.
Yeah, we finally met her too, and season 1, Mark has lost a lot of fights. In season 2, he probably lost at least 3 or 4, and that was fair.
Well, it's good to see that change.
Yeah, because when you fight Anissa, you're going to lose. Anissa will beat the dog walk that ass and then eat breakfast on top of your ass. So it's Viltrumites are nothing to play with. And they get stronger the older they get. It's insane.
Also, you guys have watched The Boys, right?
I do.
Oh yeah, I love The Boys.
Anissa is voiced by Chantel Van Sant and Becca Butcher.
Oh damn!
So it's Jay Chow that plays Kato in Green Hornet, actually, not John Cho.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure if it was John Cho or not, but okay.
Yep, sorry, I just had to slide that in there real quick.
No. Correct me, please. I'm wrong.
Man, I'm telling you, man, the Viltrumites are absolute business. Their storyline is what we're all waiting for. Like the comic book, Invincible comic fans are waiting on it. And
the end of the Empire, and also like just more from Nolan, just kind of seeing him like just the after effects of like what happened on Earth and like possibly his redemption.
Dude, and it's crazy because it's just like the whole series. They're trying to figure out what do you have to do to defeat one Viltrumite, and it's been a struggle ever since. It's like. And now you got a whole army coming towards Earth eventually, and now you're going to have to deal with all these fuckers. And it's like more than one of these things. Like Omni-Man by himself, Mark's dad. We see him in season 1 pull a planet apart with his bare hands.
That's enough to deal with right there.
Jesus,
Yes.
I was like, this dude just split a planet with his fingers. A fucking planet. He just wow, dude. Earth has no goddamn chance. I mean, season 1 ended with Mark getting his ass whooped by his dad, which is totally fair. That's an ass whooping nobody would survive.
No.
God, Mark was traumatized forever because of that.
Oh, for sure. And he is forever traumatized after the fight that he has in the second season finale with Sterling's character, Angstrom. And, man, he is going to have some time reconciling with that.
Yeah, like Sterling, he kind of leaned that direction in becoming a villain for the Black Panther movies, but he was really just a decommissioned spy for Wakanda, and then he goes full on villain. Full on villain for Invincible. And this dude just like, I'm going to kill your entire family.
Well, not initially. Like he wants to do right. He wants to do well, but like he ends up like screwing himself over in the end, and then just kind of like goes on this murder path. Like, I'm going to end your family, Mark Grayson, because I'm the hero.
You see his family get absolutely destroyed by Mark in these different multiverses. Like, Mark is evil as fuck in every multiverse except the one he just invaded. And he killed his wife and kids right in front of him multiple times. And it's just like, all right, I'm gonna find one Mark that I can whoop. And it's the one good Mark. It's the one good Mark. And Mark finally snaps and just beats him to a pulp. Nothing left of him.
Also, I love that I really like that we're seeing more of like Debbie and just like her like reconciling, like trying to move past like everything that Nolan like did, and like kind of what he took from her, like just like everything in a sense of safety and just like family.
Yeah, he went from piece of shit husband to piece of shit dad in the same breath. Like, Jesus Christ, bro.
Oh God, what would you think or say to like if like your partner called you a pet? Man, that's just really fucked up.
He's like, you're like a pet to me. Like, God damn, man, the Omni-Man, chill, bro.
Just an asshole. But yeah.
And then last thing I have to say about Invincible season 2. What was that? Oh damn, it was. Oh shit, Ross Marquand. Oh, so big shout out to Ross Marquand. I didn't even know he was playing multiple characters in this series.
You didn't know?
He plays like 3 or 4 people in Invincible.
Yeah, I know he did. I knew he did season 1, but I didn't know he's playing multiple in season 2.
Well, yeah, no, he's the immortal and he's Rudy, like the kid inside of the robot.
And he played a monster and a civilian in season 2. And it's like, damn, they really like Mark.
Ross.
But yeah, no. Big shout out to Ross Marquand, who was actually in Cape a few months ago for our Cape Comic Con.
Yep. Yeah, if you're watching this, Ross, man, we miss you, and we hope we bring you back to Cape again someday.
Oh, we're going to holler at him next time we go to Nashville. So
yeah.
He said hit him up, and if he's not busy, he'll hang out with us for a little
next time you go, hey, bring me along next time you go to Nashville. I miss like hanging out with Ross personally, and like you two. Like, I can't believe I missed out on that.
Man, Ross is the man, bro. I can't believe
he's pretty cool. Like, just to chill and talk with. He's a pretty good guy.
He's hilarious too, man. I played arcade with him in freaking Coinot before they closed down.
Dang, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Coinot.
Maybe one day someone will revitalize and bring it back.
Yeah, that's my Mr. Immortal for real, or Immortal Man, I believe
that's our Immortal. That's our Red Skull. That's our Aaron.
Absolutely. Yeah, overall for Invincible season 2, I'd give it, man, and this was a well done redemption. So I'll give it an A-, just because there were some hangups, but other than that, A- for me.
I give it a 10, like straight up, just like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I can live with that.
But no, I mean, take a day to yourself, Blake, because they're like almost an hour long. But no, take a day and just watch them all. They're really good.
They're worth it. You want to hear more Ross? Yeah. You want to hear his sultry voice over and over? Watch that show.
Yes, for sure.
But that's all I had for Invincible. I know you guys wanted to touch on Ghostbusters a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire came out, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I thought it was great. Thought it was fun. Anything with Paul Rudd in it, you can't really go wrong. Especially Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson. You know, the original cast. They realized, hey, nostalgia works. Fans love it. Let's keep bringing them in. It was fun. It was great. I think like if I was going to rank this in the Ghostbuster movies, I would say probably Ghostbusters 1, obviously. Like number 2 would probably be either Afterlife or Ghostbusters 2. And then obviously the third one would be Reverse, of whichever those are. And then I would probably put this at number 4. And then Answer the Call at number 5. but I think it was fun. They had a lot going on. I think you get I can't think of her name. McKenna, is it McKenna Grace?
McKenna Grace, yeah.
Yeah.
Phoebe,
So pretty much she's like the main focal character of this movie. And I think they did great with her. Paul Rudd's thing. Paul Rudd's, some of his stuff was a little, I ain't gonna lie, some of his lines was a little cheesy, which he's always funny.
Cheesy.
No, he's funny, but like some of the stuff was, he's just trying to be that cool, person to fill in the shoes of the dad, and I think they like me, or they said this, but taking it real hard to discipline them because he wants to be their friend as well. But
Right.
love Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
I like how he went back to the early 1900s with the the original firefighters in the building that the Ghostbusters are in.
Yeah, that opening scene was actually really
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Overall, it's a fun movie to watch. I Ghostbusters, as we were talking before, I don't think it's one of those movies you should pick apart. They're not making Ghostbusters out here to win an Emmy. They're out here doing it for lighthearted fun, and
And for
nostalgia, and for family and nostalgia, and I think they're doing well with this. It's great. So
Yeah, because you had like the legacy cast, like you said, the
Yeah.
original Ghostbusters, Annie Potts, and like the new cast, like
Mhm.
the Spanglers and Lucky, and just like all of them just like conversing, like coming
Right.
together and actually spending more time with each other. And yeah, but no, it was a fun. It was fun. It was really good. I mean, I enjoyed it. I would probably agree with you on the ranking for the most part. 1, then Afterlife, then 2, then Frozen Empire, and then at the very bottom, Kristen Wiig.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, and tell me I'm wrong.
Man.
No, you are right.
but yeah, no, and yeah, I just liked what they did. Yeah, like we said, Phoebe was still the focal point of this
Mhm.
family, and I like that they kept her growing. Like she's still this like intelligent young woman, but also she's a teenager. Like as much as we don't want her to make, as much as we think she knows better, it's like, oh man, she's still got a lot to learn. But
Right.
yeah, and also yeah, I just really liked it. Yeah, for sure.
I would say out of like all movies, like just movies as standard, I would give it a 5. Just obviously, I mean, I'm talking about like all movies in general, so comparing all genres as a whole. I'd give it a 5. As in, just being a lighthearted comedy with nostalgia. If you kind of want to create a genre for that type thing, nostalgia comedy that's being, revised and revitalized and stuff, I would give it a 7.
Yeah, I would. If anything, I would probably give it a solid, just overall in general, and with Ghostbusters, I'd give it a solid 6,
Yeah.
maybe a 6.5.
Mm.
No,
Okay.
definitely whenever you can catch it, Deontay, like just watch it whenever you can, because you still haven't seen Afterlife, right?
Yeah, I'm planning on watching Afterlife either maybe sometime Monday or Wednesday, and then whenever I'm done with that, I gotta go see Frozen Empire.
You'll love Afterlife. Like seriously, it's what resurged like Ghostbusters. It's like-
Afterlife is great, and in both of these films, you get the miniature Stay Puft Marshmallow Men, which are always a fun
Yes.
time to watch on screen because
like,
they are,
chaotic fun.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're always getting into stuff and doing stuff they shouldn't be.
yeah,
The
like, just like blenders, just grills, or just trying to drive. It's just fun times. And
Yeah.
I've forgot to say earlier, but I remember now. Apparently, the director was inspired by the original cartoon, the real Ghostbusters, to do this because that's what it feels like. It feels like one of the cartoons.
Yep.
Like this could be from the show.
So, fun fact: I think Netflix is working on actually doing a new animated series for Ghostbusters as well.
They should be. Yeah, it's been a while since I've heard anything about it, but yeah, they should still be working on that.
I could get down with that.
I grew up watching the old cartoon, so I think it's from the early '90s, maybe late '80s. But it was a fun animated series to watch.
Yeah.
For sure. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but I definitely remember it, and it was definitely good times.
You get a lot of Slimer. Slimer actually is more like a sidekick to them in that
Yeah,
animated
kind of like
series.
a firehouse like pet or like keep guard
Yeah.
dog or something.
He's
real.
like their Scooby Doo.
Yes, yes. I mean, we kind of got that sense a little bit in this movie, like annoying animal that we need to get rid of. But
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, as far as the big bad goes, I heard that the big bad was actually like a returning villain.
no, original,
No.
completely original movie
Yeah.
villain. But I really liked the idea of it, and also just like how he looked. He was just really creepy and scary, and just like what he did with like bringing like freezing New York essentially, and just making everyone scared to death with ice.
Mhm.
God, it's such a tall, massive motherfucker. If it's something that scares the shit out of me, it's seeing something that's significantly taller than me. Like Danny.
I mean, Gozer was a tall ass woman in the first movie too, so
Yeah,
true.
Gozer was tall as shit.
Oh.
It's just something about tall monsters is just like, no, I'm good, bro.
Billy
Stay
asked
the
if
hell
that
away
was
from
the
me.
one where Egon was blonde for some reason. I think he was blonde in the animated series, which is really odd, but I forgot about that. Pretty sure that's correct.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to watch this with the lights off too. So I'm really...
Speaking of watching stuff with the lights off, we're about to go watch supposedly what's the scariest movie of the year so far, The First Omen. So
Oh,
I knew as soon as he said like turn the lights off, I knew you both were gonna go see the first.
it's a hell of a segue. The First Omen, man, is the prequel to the Omen series, which is supposed to be revolving around the mother of the Antichrist, Damien Thorn.
Nope.
The actual mother, because you know the Omen trilogy is about like the adopted family that had him. So to see like what led to the mother getting pregnant and all the shit that went down with that, I'm pumped.
And the trailer looks crazy. Like, if hopefully the trailer, like the movie, holds up to the trailer. If so, I think we'll be just fine.
Yeah,
What
please do not disappoint. Please.
Yeah.
What I'm kind of looking forward to and looks very interesting is Civil War.
Oh
Civil-
God, yes! I
Civil-
want to see Civil War. That
Civil
looks crazy. That's the movie where Texas and California secedes itself from the U.S. and they're
Yeah.
kind of their own country now. And then
Yeah.
the rest of the U.S. ends up going into a civil war with Texas and California.
Mhm.
And bro, I'm so ready to
That
see
looks
that.
insane, but it
It
also looks
looks
really
great.
good. Kirsten
Yeah.
Dunst, Nick
That
Offerman,
cast, yeah,
Heavy hitters.
yep.
and just heavy topics too. Like seriously, this looks like it could be insanely good.
Yep.
When is
it
Civil
does.
War coming to theaters?
Next week,
Next week? God damn.
you guys want to go
take
see
all
it?
my
I'm
money.
down whenever.
Oh yeah, no, we're definitely going to go see it next week.
Facts.
Great.
Non-stop visits to that Marcus Theater. Jeez Louise. But
Yes.
you guys give Ghostbusters your score already?
Mm-hmm. He gave it a 7. I gave it a 6.
Yeah, that's fair enough for me. That's enough motivation to get my ass to watch them.
For sure, they're definitely worth it.
For sure.
Yeah, it's like our movie will be starting pretty soon, so
Yeah.
That's all I had for tonight. We'll get into announcements here shortly, but you guys had anything else to add?
Not that I know. I mean, if you want, everything out in March has been good. I know you two have never seen this, but go see Kung Fu Panda 4 if anyone's watching likes Jack Black and like funny comedies. Yeah.
I was waiting on that too. I was like, yeah, gotta get at least one Kung Fu advertisement. Or should I say plug in?
It just shows. I mean, the movie's made at least like $300 million in like box office, like still. And Jack Black still got it. Aquafina's good. Viola Davis is the villain. Like, yeah, it's really good. So, and it has the charm still of like from like 2008. Those movies started in 2008.
Damn.
Yeah, I know, but no, definitely go watch it if anyone's like into that or like you. Granted, I know Blake's seen the first one, but Deontay, you should definitely watch the movies.
Man, four movies behind too. There's gonna be some work.
I got homework. Remember?
Yeah, you do. What was one of them that we gave them? It was
Planet of the Apes, the new one.
Planet of the
Planet of
Apes.
the Apes.
Twister.
That's coming out
And
next
Twister.
month.
That's right,
And
Twister.
Twister.
Yes,
Damn.
yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm slacking.
Two
So,
movies that are getting new additions next month.
So I got a couple of digital media productions up my sleeve. I'll be announcing more in the future, but one I'll go ahead and announce now is starting next Thursday. Don't have a set time yet, but starting next Thursday, me and my son are going to start a new podcast called Like Father, Like Son, and it'll be a weekly podcast on Thursday nights. So be looking for that.
Ooh. I got time for that.
Yeah,
So-
it'll just be like a father and son just kind of talking about, once a week we'll be talking about, we'll pick something about the latest trending thing, kind of give both of our perspectives on it. We'll have some, a little comedy bit in there, some kind of humor to mix in with it, and then kind of finish it off with like some, fatherly advice given to him, and kind of wrap it up like that. It'd probably be like an hour, 45-minute, hour-long podcast at the max.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
Teach Omni-Man how to be a good dad.
Yeah,
Well,
I think it's a little past that. The damage is already done for him.
It's too late. It's too
Eh.
late.
Well, if you need like any guests or like anyone to be like, listen, like let me tell you everything that Blake isn't telling you. Like you got us to like help you on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I
I'll
appreciate
definitely come through, man. Definitely.
Billy asked where you can find it. So the name of it's gonna be called Like Father, Like Son. So I haven't created the channels yet, but before Thursday gets here, I'll have a YouTube channel created Like Father, Like Son, and we'll have a TikTok channel called Like Father, Like Son. And for right now, we'll probably stick to YouTube and TikTok, and we'll kind of, I'm sure we'll grow from there. But that's kind of where we're gonna start the base out at. So
Right on.
Yeah, I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up for sure.
appreciate it.
Let's see. As far as SNN goes, I'm still working on a date for the Giants playlist, which is my music review spinoff.
Hell yes.
There's a lot of shit going on in music right now too, and I'm about to miss all of it if I don't start this damn spinoff soon. So, like, I got to get the ball rolling on that shit. So stay tuned for the logo and the first episode release date announcement. So you'll probably see Blake on there talking country music with me every now and then, maybe even some Lil Wayne. So
Hey, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm down to
whatever,
talk.
for real.
I'm down to talk music too. Granted, I don't know much, but still.
we got a little bit of something for everybody, whether it's a genre or artist you like. But that's where we're going to nerd out about music, is on that show for sure. And my other announcement was this Monday, I believe at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So Comically Inclined and Queens of Nerdom are doing a collab. So Jen, Taylor, me, and Danny are all going to do like a Hall of Fame for badass female characters in fictional storytelling.
Nice.
It could be good or evil. So bring your top 5. We will be on the DFPN YouTube channel, and it's going to be a great time. We'll have more details coming out on Facebook.
Mhm.
So if you aren't following them on Facebook, look them up under Queens of Nerdom, and that is going to be a really fun episode.
I can't wait till that comes out.
Very
Yes. Dude, I'm really pumped because I was doing research all day to figure out which badass queen is going to be my number one, and
Right.
God, I got options for days.
nice. That's awesome. Well, what did you say the topic was specifically again?
I want to say either top 5 or top 10, but overall it's just like the Hall of Fame, your favorite badass female characters in all of fictional storytelling.
Definitely. Oh, we could probably think of a few for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And I call dibs on Jessica Jones. I don't know where she's at on my list yet, but y'all can't have her.
I call dibs on Emma Frost. So
Damn it.
yeah,
That's
so,
fine.
so
That's
much.
fine. I'll
She's
take-
so powerful, man.
She's
That's
so
fine. I'll
powerful.
take Rogue. I'll take Rogue.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got Wanda Maximoff. So
Fuck.
Well.
Damn. God
He's
damn.
like, damn it, man. Let me write my list right now. Everybody,
that
just-
Oh,
is crazy.
I haven't showed y'all, but I'll show y'all next time y'all come over or whatever. But Jess actually found me a Wanda Maximoff giant throw blanket to keep on the couch now, and it's like 12 different pictures of Wanda.
Oh,
God,
that's
it-
awesome.
it's the Elizabeth Olsen one too, right?
yeah,
Or-
yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
God.
that's fucking
Jesus
awesome.
Louise.
Yep. So,
God,
great girlfriend.
no more mutants.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. But that's all I had. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate everybody that hit that follow button on our Instagram account. We are officially over 1,000 and not going back and forth because some petty asshole keeps hitting the unfollow button. It is 1,001, and it's probably rising now because of a post I boosted. But
Nice.
we appreciate y'all. It's been nearly 4 years in the making with SNN's birthday next month. We might even do another bonus episode to celebrate 4 years old Saturday Night Nerds.
Oh, you have to. You
Absolutely. So the game will be here, man, and y'all come through, celebrate, keep showing us love, and we'll keep returning the love back. So without further ado, I am going to change real quick, and we are about to get the shit scared out of us.
Sounds good. See y'all later.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay nerdy and stay blessed.